Oh, hey kids. It's me, Hoff, here. I was just sitting here, reflecting on life, thinking of some fun stories and times that have been meaningful in my life. I like to do that sometimes. Well, I was thinking of a story one time when I got lost. Have you guys ever been lost before? Or even just felt lost? Either physically lost from, your friends or your parents, or, lost in friendships and not feeling like you had somebody at school, or lost in your math homework. Who knows? Maybe think of a time like that, and maybe it's similar to what I'm about to say. So I was thinking of a time, it reminded me, because I was drinking this Coke, of a time when I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and they have this massive Coca-Cola factory. It's like a museum, but you get to try Coca-Cola. You basically just get super sugar high over there. But it has 6 levels, and I went there with my family, and I remember my mom was saying she was a little scared because it was so big, and she was like, "Carrie, make sure you stay close and hold my hand, don't wander too far." And she was saying that because she really wanted to make sure I was safe and okay. But one time in that factory, we were in this one level, and my mom was trying a certain kind of Coke, and I was like, "Oh, I can just go over here really quick and try a different kind." And so I went to go try another kind, and once I finished, I looked around and my mom was gone. And so was everybody else that I was with. And so then I was all alone. I was lost, and I had gone astray from where my mom told me to be. And I was really, really scared. So I wandered around for a while, and eventually I found a security guard, and the security guard found my mom. And as soon as my mom saw me, she wasn't mad, she wasn't upset. She was just so happy to see me. She just gave me a big hug and just said, "I'm so happy you're okay, and I'm so happy I found you." She never once scolded me for letting go of her hand or wandering away from where she told me to. I thought that was pretty amazing, and I felt really loved by my mom when she did that. And that kind of reminds me of the story that Jesus told, and I read it in the Bible, and Jesus is this guy who lived a long time ago, and he would tell stories, and he kind of gave a really good example of how we should live our life. And he would kind of talk about God and some of the ways that we might interact with God. So let me read you that story. Alright, so this story says, "What do you think? If a man has 100 sheep, and one of them has gone astray, does he not leave the 99 on the mountain and go in search of the one that went astray? What if he didn't find it? Truly, I say to you, he rejoices over it more than over the 99 that never went astray. So it is not the will of my Father who is in heaven that one of these little ones should perish." Sometimes the Bible can be confusing, so I'll just make it really simple for you. Basically, Jesus was saying that God and Jesus' love for us is so big that even if there was 99 sheep, he would care about each one individually so much that he would do anything to find it again and to be back close with it. Sometimes I think that we are like the sheep, right? And in that story I told about my mom and me and in that Coca-Cola factory, I think I was kind of like this sheep, and my mom kind of reminded me of the way Jesus talked about rejoicing and when they find the lost sheep. So that kind of reminds me, and I think what Jesus is trying to say is that Jesus' love for us is so amazing that it doesn't matter if we do something bad or if something bad happens to us, Jesus still loves us no matter what we do. It's not conditioned on anything. We can just live our life, and Jesus will say, "It's okay if you do something wrong, or if you let go of my hand or wander away from the path that I've told you is good, then I still love you." And Jesus said even more than the 99 that didn't go astray. So Jesus just wants us close to him, and he wants us to know that he's gonna love us no matter what we do, right or wrong. So I think that's pretty amazing, and kind of just makes me feel really, really good inside, because sometimes I let go of my mom's hand and I walk away from her, but it's nice to know that no matter what, Jesus is still going to love me. And And that kind of intrigues me a lot to want to know more about Jesus, I think. So, I don't know. I hope you guys find that helpful and hope you feel good and loved in that. I'm just going to sit here and drink my Coke. Have a good day.